Hey, everybody.
Hello, everyone.
Yay! Amazon Pet Days is
Yes.
here. I'm so excited. If you can't tell, I've dressed for the occasion. I'm
Yep.
so excited. I love this little sweatshirt. It's got all kinds of really fun pups on it. Different, of course, little dachshunds. Those are,
Oh,
those hit my
it is
heart,
adorable. I
It's
love the
so cute.
style of the actual little illustrations. They
Yeah.
are they're so it's just it's the perfect colors, it's the perfect kind
Yeah.
of style of illustration. I love it.
It's fun. Yeah, it's totally modern styling. It's right
Yep.
up your alley, I know. I think even the color scheme, but it's so cute. I just couldn't pass it up. Because we're all about our dogs, if you couldn't tell. I've got Josie here. She's all about pet days at Amazon as well. Can't wait to jump in and talk about all the fun things that we're going to be talking about, all the great deals and
Yep.
really fun finds that we have to share. Right, Josie? And she's in particular
I'm
looking
sure
forward
there's
to
a few
one
things.
that we're going to be talking about. She was asleep just a minute ago until I woke her up with my cheering. I've got another little snoozy pup over here, so she might jump in here in a little bit as we're going through this. But thank you, everybody, for being with us today. We're so excited to share all of our favorite pet finds
Yep.
on Amazon. This has to be like the favorite sale of the year, right? Like
It's definitely right up there.
yeah, like maybe close to Christmas
Yep.
and Prime Day and all that kind of stuff. But pet days are amazing because you get so many opportunities to find not only like amazing products that might maybe they're a little bit out of your price range on without the sale, but now that they're on sale, and this is when the deep discounts happen,
Yep.
like now's the chance to like all those like kind of want to have, not need to have kind of things. Those are the things you should be shopping for sure. I mean, that's kind of what I try to do. I'll keep an eye. I'll put something in my wish list or in my shopping cart, and then kind of wait for to see if the price goes down. Well, today is the day to grab all of your kind of really fun finds. Like I said, the things that you want to have, but there's also the things that you need to have, like all the
Yeah, that's what I
staples,
was
the
gonna say.
essentials,
Yep.
right?
If you have things that are you're sort of I need to stock up on
Mm-hmm.
items, this is a great time to look at some of those things as well. So, yeah, from
Yeah.
both ends of the spectrum, you have those wish I had and the
Yes.
ones that I have to buy these all the time. So,
Right.
save on both of them right now during the sale.
Exactly. I mean, think about the things that our pups go through all the time: toys,
Yep.
treats, pee pads, food, all those kinds of things. Even if it's vitamins and other supplements for
Yep.
your pups, or white ear wipes or all the things that you go through on a day-to-day basis. This is a great time to stock up for that. I kind of like dream about all the things I
Yeah.
can't normally afford. So today would be the day that I'd go shopping for all of it, because these are the days where they're really marking down, and we dug through, like, spent hours and hours and hours. We've done all the heavy lifting for you, so your shopping experience will be quick and easy, and you're going to be good to go. So we're so excited to chat. Our first items
Oh,
now.
I did want to mention
Oh,
before we jump in. So,
yeah.
depending on where you're watching this, the because this sale is going on for today and tomorrow, we
Hmm.
have a running list of some of all of our favorites. So, you can check
Yeah.
the description if you're watching elsewhere. You can check that description, and that'll get you a link to the list of all of these finds that we'll be talking about today. If you're watching us on Amazon, you can follow along in the carousel, and I'll be highlighting as we're talking about the individual items that we've got
Yeah,
going for today.
thanks for that, Hillary. Yes, and by the way, we are Hound Hugger
Yep.
DIY. So, if you're not familiar with who we are, we love our pups. We love crafting. We're DIY content creators, but we love shopping on Amazon for
Yep.
crafts and all kinds of fun things to make by hand, but also all the things that we love to pamper our pups with. So we're so excited about Pet Days today, and we're going to jump in with our first couple items are things that I haven't purchased yet, but I'm super excited about getting one of these. This is a Furbo camera. So the reason why we're starting with this is because these are so popular, and it's kind of that wish list item that now is the time to get it. They have multiple different versions. They have some for cats, they have some for dogs, all that kind of stuff. The biggest deal on the Furbo right now for dogs is their camera plus the 3-month subscription. So if you get the camera plus the 3-month subscription, you're going to get up to 53% off that unit, which I think is amazing. I mean, it's over 50%. You're going to save a ton of money. It's super inexpensive. It's under $50 at this point. So, I mean, it's an easy grab. If you've ever been thinking about getting a Furbo camera, now's the time to do it. They do have a camera only. So if you have another Furbo camera, or you're just looking for the camera without the subscription commitment up front, it is a little pricier, but it also is 36% off. So it gives you control of what kind of cameras or what kind of subscriptions, what you want to be committed to right up front. And Hillary's showing some graphics from the site to kind of give you a little bit more information. One of the things that I love about the camera is that it turns 360 degrees. Yeah. So you can see your entire room or entire house, depending on where you have it set and how your house, the open concept of your house is. It turns 360 degrees. It also is a treat dispenser, which I love. And you can kind of program when the treats get dispensed. You can dispense the treats on command manually. And then it's also got a speaker so you can hear your pups and you can talk to your pups as well. So that's so nice. It's kind of a peace of mind. I know one of my brothers has this when he got a puppy, because they both work away from home. Part of the reason why I don't have one is I work from home. So I'm always here. I'm always around my pups. But otherwise, I would totally dive in and grab one of these, because it was so fun to see my sister-in-law on her phone, like, do you want to see the puppy? Like, and she would get her camera on and we could see what the puppy was doing. And it just made her feel so much better. That your pup is safe. It's so nice because it will hear barking. It'll hear kind of unusual noises. You'll be available to find out what's going on in an emergency and so much more. So it's totally worth the price when it's not on sale. But since there is such a huge discount today and tomorrow, be sure to grab it. Now, all the things that we're talking about, because Pet Days is such a big deal, items are going to be selling out. Yep. So if you think that you're wanting one of these, I would highly recommend, don't just put it in your cart. Go ahead and check out, because check out and then go back and continue shopping, because you don't know how quickly some of these things are going to sell and when they might be back in stock. Now, Furbo will always continue to restock their stuff. It's a pretty popular item, but I would make sure to get it on sale. To go ahead and check out right away and make sure you get what you're looking for.
And the other thing I was just going to mention too, it has a really nice wide angle lens. So that camera that you're seeing gives you a really nice wide angle. So not only does it swivel all the way, but you're getting to see a lot of the environment as you're watching that camera too. Right. So you're not just getting a little kind of pie-shaped vision of what's going on in the room. You can kind of see, okay, there's the dog, and there's, you can kind of evaluate the environment as well, which is really nice.
Yeah, exactly. And it's so funny because my sister-in-law, and I also read in the comments, like, pups will know when the treat dispenser thing, the mechanism starts up, they will know. So if they're like chewing a toy and you don't want them chewing on it, or they're chewing a pillow and you don't want them chewing on it, you could trigger that treat reward system. And as soon as they hear that little mechanism in the Furbo, they stop what they're doing. They run over and they sit there. So you can distract them from what they're doing because they know that a treat is going to be coming. So it's really kind of a great tool. It's a fun way to care for your pet while you're not at home, and make sure that they're happy and healthy and all the things. So,
and really well made, like the actual build quality of the individual units, they feel nice and sturdy. The treat dispenser part feels nice and so that's another thing that's really nice. Like, if you're grabbing one, or if you're grabbing multiples, if you want them in different rooms and things, like, they're going to last for you. So that's really nice too.
Yeah. The other thing I read is this version that we're linking to is perfect for newbies to Furbo. So it's like their basic model. It's easy to set up. It's going to give you exactly what you need. If you want to have a more complex setup, more cameras and all that stuff, they do have a pro version as well. But this one is perfect for newbies to jump right in and plug it in and go. So yeah, I love this. It's so fun. And the subscription isn't all that expensive either. It's like
Right.
$5 a month or something like that. So really not too expensive. Yeah, $5.75 or something like that.
And there
So
are obviously there's
tiers.
if you do it for a year or 2 years, like
Yeah.
there are discounts based on that
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah. So that's nothing. That's like a cup of coffee, right? So that's no biggie when it comes to caring for your pups. Now, we did find another competitor to Furbo. Again, I don't have this one in-house, but the deal was so good, and I've read up about a bunch of reviews on this. There are a lot of camera kind of things at home where you can watch your pets. Furbo is obviously number one, but this one is probably number two. It's called, let's see, I don't want to get it wrong. It's called Pet Cube Bites. So I think they have a Pet Cube without the treat dispenser, and then the Pet Cube Bites is the one that also dispenses the treats. And this one is a little less expensive than a Furbo would be normally. This one is 10% off. So it's a little pricier than the Furbo is right now, but if you're just looking for the camera with the treat dispenser, in general, it's a less expensive camera at the regular price. It does have the wide angle lens, 110 degree wide angle lens. It does not rotate. It does have a digital zoom though, which is nice. And it does have the motion and sound alert. So if your dog's barking or if there's a noise that, it will alert your phone, alert you on the app that something's going on, which is great. And it has that two-way speaker. So you can talk to your dog and you can hear what they're doing or what they're telling you on the other end, which is so nice as well. So.
And this one, you do have to have a fairly strong internet connection. So just check as you're kind of looking through the description on that one to see if that's going to work for your setup. If you're kind of in rural area and don't have a strong internet, something like that, you may want to choose a different version. But this one, for most people's setups, would work really well.
Yeah, it's nice to have an alternative. So if you're not interested in a Furbo, you can definitely look into this one. They're both on sale. And again, this is the time of year, today and tomorrow for Pet Days, to grab things like this when you get those big discounts, which is nice. So love it. All right, the next thing I think we can chat about. You want to talk about outdoor fun?
Yes, I do. I'm just grabbing a couple items here.
So we're going to talk about a splash pad. I think that's so fun. So this is not just for pups, obviously. It's for your pets or your kids too, the whole family, really. This is a 72-inch splash pad. It comes in different sizes and colors, but this particular color and size has the best deal. It's 66% off. Like, unbelievable price.
This is under $20. Like, this is the amount of fun that you can have for under $20 is unparalleled here.
Exactly. And there are quite a few splash pads on sale today. But this is we're looking for the deepest discounts, the best deals. And this is it. The one thing that I love about this is super easy to set up. You just hook it up to your garden hose, and turn your hose on and it goes. The amount of height or pressure coming from the fountain that you're creating, the splashes, the waterfalls that you're creating, comes from how much pressure you add. So if you want it lower, you lower your water pressure. If you want it up high, turn it up. They say it's super safe, non-slip surface. Now, there was one, I went through all the reviews. One person said it was a little slippery. So just note, you're adding water to something that's, kind of a rubbery surface, right? Yeah. So it will be slick, but they've designed the surface of the pad to be non-slippery. So at least it's giving you some traction. So just don't think
it has a little bit of grip to it, like a little bit of grippy texture to it. So it's not just a flat It's not
Right.
like a slip and slide type
Exactly.
of flat surface
Yeah.
where you're just sliding
You're
right
gonna,
off of
yeah,
it.
which I loved as a kid. Those were so fun. The faster you could slide, the better.
Yep.
So this one, and I love the fact that this is, and so one person wrote in their review comment, which I thought was so clever. Like they love this pad because you're not committing to a pool. Like you can
Yep.
cool off in the summertime, but you're not committing to a pool. And even if you were committing to like a little kiddie pool, right? Like not a real big fancy pool in your backyard, that's going to kill the grass underneath, right?
Yep.
This will, once you turn the hose off and you wring out all the water, it will dry. One person said it dried in 10 minutes. They laid it out in the sun. One side dried, they flipped it over, the other side was dry in another 5 minutes. So in 10 minutes, they could roll this thing up and put it away, and your grass is protected. You're not worrying about destroying your yard just for an afternoon of fun, which I thought was a really
love this
clever idea.
Being able to roll it up feature,
Yes.
which is so nice because then it really does make it easy to store and pull back out when you want it and that sort of thing. The other thing about kind of the little kiddie pools and things, Patty and I both used to live in Arizona, and it's too hot to have those kiddie pools. Like if you have a shallow pool of water, that water can get way, way, way too hot. So that's another thing that was like a sprinkler system, that's a splash pad. That's perfect because that water is going to be cooler once you open the tap and let it go for a little while.
Right. The other fun thing that I hadn't thought about that somebody also mentioned in the comments was that they love taking this on their summer vacations, right? Like if you're going to an Airbnb or you're staying at a family's house and it's going to be hot and you want something for the kids or your pups to do, like pack this in the car with you, bring it out, and then your kids are going to have so much fun. Kids and water and pups and water, like they just love it, and it entertains them for hours and hours and hours. So I love that whole idea.
And I did want to mention, if anybody has any questions as we're talking about any of these, please put them in the comments, or if you've used any of these products and you have recommendations, that sort of thing, please leave those in the comments as well. We would love to all learn together here. So
great suggestion. Yes. So I love that. All right. So let's let the fun continue. The next thing, this is probably going to wake up my sleepy. There's Josie sleeping right here. If I'm quiet, maybe. So this is a snuffle mat. I love this thing. It's amazing. It's a really great quality. You can see how it rolls up nice and portable. It's got a nice rubber backing, so it's non-slip resistant. If you're putting it on your hardwood floor, it's not going to go everywhere. But you could also tie it to like a chair leg or your furniture and stuff if you don't want it to go too far. But look how big. This is the medium size. Like this is huge.
Yeah.
And you can see both my pups are playing with it at the same time. There's a whole big area that's kind of like this fleecy grass that you can hide dry treats and kibbles in. And then the other end has got all of these other little elements for hiding. So little fleecy flaps, little holes, little triangles and squares to tuck things under. And it's just so fun. Even after they're finding the treats, they're still looking, right?
Yep.
So it's a great brain game exercise for your pups. It's a wonderful activity if they're bored or if you just want to entertain them for a little bit. I just love this. It's such a great. We love snuffle toys anyway.
Yep.
If you're following us, you'll know all about that. But this is a great mat, and it's on sale. So by all means, grab it. I don't remember what the percentage is off, but it's a great. It's almost $30 for this whole thing. They also have a larger size. So if you want to go bigger, like if you've got a larger pup, they also have the larger size. It's a great quality. You can toss this in the wash and clean it.
Washes really nicely. Like you can, like it holds up to washing it. And so that's another thing, because obviously Snuffle Mat, when they're, trying to find all those kibbles and things in all those fleeces, and it does tend to get use and get little nose smears and all that sort of thing. So
or little crumbs and stuff in it. Yeah. So for sure.
it really does wash nicely. So that's another great feature
I love
of this
that.
one.
It's something you can pull out, and every time you pull it out, they're going to be so excited
Yes.
about this. They will just love, love, love you. So, if you've got family over and you can't watch your pups or they're bored and you've got guests and you're trying to entertain and you want to give your pups something to entertain them with, this is something fun to pull out. If it's too hot or too cold or too wet or whatever for your pups to be outside, this is a great game for them. This interactive kind of brain engaging kind of game. Hide and seek kind of game. They love this. So much fun. I would definitely recommend kind of keeping your eye on them. Like, this isn't something you could give them and then walk away. This is something to kind of watch. And if they're new to it, you're going to want to kind of encourage them, like make it easy for them, kind of show them where one or two of the little kibbles are. So Ginger right there was having trouble like figuring out how to get under that flap. And they might chew on top. So you kind of want to keep an eye on them as they're playing. I scooted her over to the other side just because I knew the other side would be easier for her to find all the treats in that little tall fleecy grass. And so you want them to get rewarded. You don't want to have them frustrated either. It's like, this is a fun game for them to play. But
having some easy wins in the beginning always that makes it so much more exciting for them every single time it comes out. So that's awesome.
It does. All right. It's such a fun toy. You can get them in all different kinds of colors and sizes. Lots of different makers of snuffle mats, but this one is on sale today and tomorrow only. I would make sure to grab it. Again, these kinds of things go quickly, especially if you want a particular size. That particular size might be gone in a hurry. So I would be sure to, if you love it, I would put it in your cart and get it right now. We got another fun toy we're going to chat about next. Yay, I love these. This is the JW Pet Holy Roller.
Yep. And these come in multiple sizes too. So you can see Patty and I are kind of holding two different ones. They come in different colors, all that sort of stuff. So we've done a number of different projects with these actual toys, so that you can use them just as is. They work fantastic as just a fun ball for them to play with. They're nice and light, but they're still what they're made, the kind of rubbery material that they're made of, it holds up really well. They don't just bite through it and break them.
And they can carry it.
Yes. Because they're light enough, they're sturdy enough, but light enough weight, they can carry these around really easily. They're a lot of fun. Yeah.
They're not going to hurt your dog's mouth or anything. Nope. They're very, very soft on their mouth, which I love. And as Hillary was relating or implying, we have taken strips of fleece, and you just take a strip and you run it through and you tie a knot, and you do that on all of the holes, on all of the areas around a hole. And this just gets covered with these little fleecy fingers. Yep. And you leave one of the holes open and you toss little dry treats in it, and it becomes a treat dispenser. And it's so fun to watch your pups kind of play with it. So there's lots of fun things you can do with this toy. It's a super popular toy. It's been very popular for a very, very long time. Highly recommended. It gets good reviews. It's a great toy. You could play this in the water, in the pool, or, like in the yard. You can take it with you when you're on family trips or anything like that. So I've had this for a number of years, and it's lasted very well. Now, I don't have really rough chewers, hard chewers. So that's another thing to be considerate of. I don't think this is like an indestructible toy. No. But
if they wanted to, they can get through it. But it is, for as squishy as it is remarkable. It holds up remarkably well, even to kind of strong chewers. So that's a definite. And I think the honeycomb kind of shape of it is really fun, because it does give a little fun kind of bounce and wiggle if you're playing fetch with it, or if you're throwing it. So it tends to be pretty engaging. As far as balls go, this one, it happens to be a favorite of my pups. Yeah. Just because I think some of those features, and it's nice and lightweight, they can carry it around easily.
Yep. Another interactive way you can use this toy is take little socks, put a treat in it, roll them up,
Yep.
and then tuck them
Stuck
inside.
'em.
And then so you fill this with all kinds of, you could do scrap pieces of fabric or fleece as well, but little socks would be cute too. And then you just shove them in there, and then your pup is trying to pull the sock out with the dog treat. So that's another really fun, easy way to turn this into an interactive toy. So there's lots of really fun things you can do with this. I highly recommend this.
Yes,
for sure.
Yeah. And moving right along.
Yeah. Oh, the muddy mat. Yeah, this is great. So for if you have pups that track in mud, or if if your house is around like sandy lot or muddy lot, and you've got pups that are constantly, or like my little Josie here, she's got furry paws, super furry paws. Even when her paws are trimmed, she's just one big ball of fluff. She's going to drag in all kinds of mud and wet feet every time she comes in the house. And this mat, the blue 30-inch by 20-inch size is 45% off, plus there's a 5% coupon. So there's a little checkbox you have to check to get the coupon. If you buy 3 or more, I think you get, I don't remember, is it a 10 or 15% off coupon? So there's multiple coupons there, but you get an additional 5% plus the 45%. So it's a super steal today. It's about $20. I just love it. It's a great size. Again, read through all the reviews. It's soft, cozy, comfy on your feet, but it traps dirt. It traps moisture. People were even pouring water on it to see how much water it would hold. Like, it's a really great mat. Again, it has that non-slip rubbery back to it, so it's not going to be flying all over. You're not going to step on it and go sliding, right? It's going to stay in place, which is nice. It's machine washable. A number of people say they put it right outside, or right inside their doggy doors. So if you've got a dog door and your pup's going in and out, they say it really keeps their floors so much cleaner because it's just trapping all that dirt and mud as they walk in the house. One other person said they put it next to their cat's litter box, so they're not tracking litter everywhere, which I thought was a really clever idea. So I would definitely recommend, if you're looking for a doormat out front, or interior doormat to help keep all those little muddy footprints from tracking through your house.
After they get done doing the splash pad, they're gonna have muddy little feet. So before they run in the house, you've got something to capture that. So this is a really nice one, and it's a great size and a great price, especially for one that works. So the difference is like that. We were reading through the reviews of. Sometimes you'll have a bath mat that kind of looks like the same sort of texture.
Yeah,
but it doesn't actually.
It doesn't absorb anything.
Any of the things that you're trying to capture. So this one, it really does, and it's at a great price right now. So
high reviews. People are saying that it washes very easily. Washes well. It's something I would definitely recommend for sure. If this is something you're in the market for, I would grab a couple of them. And the more you get, that coupon, that you can use the bigger coupon, which is nice too.
Yeah.
So. Great price, great product.
And then this one, let me just grab the picture here. Sorry.
No, I'm actually looking at one of these. This we don't have one of these in our car, and I would love to get one.
So this is a car seat cover, and there are a number of them that are for sale right now. A lot of them are the kind that it's a hammock that kind of makes it hard to use that back seat anymore, in my opinion. So perfect if the only passenger are pups and that's how you want to use it. And some of them have like a extension to the bottom, so that it'll have a hard kind of area for them to be able to use that back seat area entirely. Yeah. This one, because in my life, I still need access and I need to be able to use the back seat. So this is the one that I've linked. Basically, if I were having to invest, it would be one in this style. Yeah. So this one, you can still use the back seat for people or for pets, but it does protect that back seat. So that's nice. I have a video of me using a slightly different one that's no longer in stock, but you can kind of see how you would install this into your car. So it has little areas that you push under the seat to kind of hold it down, and then you just clip it around the back seat headrests.
The headrest, yeah.
Yep. And then it's got Velcro areas that you can pull your seat belts through.
That's nice.
So, and then it's got kind of a rubbery material underneath. Now, the one that I've linked doesn't have this back part, but it's got kind of a rubbery material underneath the seat, so it doesn't just slide around.
Yeah,
it does kind of stay nice and attached to that back seat area.
Right.
So
right.
These are perfect. They're waterproof. They hold up well to washing. It's great if you're going anywhere kind of messy or muddy, but the beach or anything like that, it's really nice. So, and this one is 29% off. It's under $20 right now, so that's a fantastic deal. This one I think is so it says cars and SUVs. I would say those would be the smaller size SUVs. So this is more of a kind of standard size car, or the kind of smaller crossover type of SUV. It wouldn't be like a giant Suburban or something like that for this particular size of one, or even the truck that I just showed. That you would need the larger size, but this one is perfect for kind of your standard size cars. And we can't live without them. Like, we live on a gravel road. It is just constantly you're tracking things into the car. So this is fantastic for that. And they clean up well. We've had the one that we've had for years and years. And I love it. And if you're debating on grabbing one, grab them now. Like I said, there are other options that are a part of the sale. So if there's a different style that would fit your vehicle a little bit better, just check through that deal list, because there are a number of them. But if you're wanting one that's pretty standard, and then you can still use the back seat for people or pets, this one is a great one. So I highly recommend.
And not all of them allow the seat belt buckle kind of to go through. Like, some of them cover that. So I like that it's got that available. Also, think about summertime. If you're traveling with family, going to the beach, like, you're protecting your back seat from all that sand and dirt and debris and stuff that you bring. I mean, sand is everywhere. Once you get in your car, it's just covered, right? So this is another great way. Make it super easy to keep your car clean for the summer as well. So it's a really almost a must have.
And this one, I believe, comes with a seatbelt attachment too. So it's nice. So you can attach a little leash that'll clip onto your dog's harness, so that it'll clip into the seatbelt as well. So
that's nice.
Another little added benefit there.
Love that safety feature. That's cool.
Then, speaking of being messy, we've got
yes. So if you've watched any of our past lives, I've talked about Unique before. That's the name of the company. They are amazing. Hillary and I know the family that owns this company. We're not affiliated with them in any way, but they make amazing cleaners for your house and home. This is a carpet shampoo. It's super easy to use. You just put it into your shampooer like you would put any normal carpet shampoo. And what I love about this is it uses enzymes to clean your carpet. So it will remove, it's also a spot remover. It will remove even old stains. So sometimes if you get a stain on your carpet and you clean that one stain, it might be clean for a couple days, but then all of a sudden it starts attracting dirt again. That same
It's like a magnet, like whatever that film that's left over from the cleanser is like a magnet for dirt again.
Exactly. And this stuff is amazing. All of their products are really good. They also have a little spray bottle where you could do pet stains, spot clean this pet stains as well. But this is great for carpets, for rugs, for upholstery. furniture. It says high traffic areas, pet beds, all kinds of things. So I would highly recommend looking into this. It's also on sale. I don't know what the percentage off is, but it's
15% off. So
yeah, it's a great deal for a really great product. It doesn't leave any residue behind. That's the other thing. So you're not going to get the same problem that you have with some of these other spot cleaners or carpet cleaners that leave that film or that residue, that soapy kind of residue behind. This doesn't have any of that. So it's going to keep your carpets clean. You know, you clean them and that's the whole point, is to have a nice, clean, fresh home. And this stuff really, really works. I highly recommend it. This also can be used for spot cleaning if you want, like if you just want to dab it onto what am I trying to think? A washcloth or something like that, or even onto a little brush, depending on what you're cleaning. You can use this for spot cleaning. But I love that they make a carpet cleaner, because now I can do my whole room or the whole house and know that everything is going to stay nice and clean. This is unscented. So if you're, worried about different scents or perfumes or anything like that, fragrances in your house, this is unscented. So that's also a nice thing. So don't have to worry about being allergic or having reactions to anything like that. It's safe for your pets and your kids and all that good stuff. So highly recommend you getting this. Spring cleaning, we're kind of still in the season of spring. This is perfect for that.
Yes. And yeah, like the only thing it leaves behind, so it's active enzymes that are doing the cleaning there. So the only thing that it leaves behind is water after it's finished, like letting all those enzymes eat at whatever the stain is. So I think it's fantastic.
Pet stains, urine, like all of that kind of stuff. Yep. So if you're still house training your puppy or your dogs, like this is a great thing to have as well on hand in your tool.
Then we've got some more cleaning. So this is the Uproot carpet rake kind of cleaner, and I've got a little video of me using it. This is on just a washable rug, so it's not a high pile rug, but it does still collect. It's a rug that's flat enough that it's really hard to vacuum. So it's nice to be able to use this to grab any of the dog hair that's left on it. But this is, it's amazing if you have a little heavier pile things. The amount of dog hair that you can pull up with this Uproot is amazing. I'm sure you've seen some of the videos and things of how this works. Like it is quite incredible. If you've been hesitant and you're not sure, like, does it really work? Do I really want this? There's two separate sides. So you do kind of have to figure out what works best for whatever it is that you're cleaning, like which side of the broom is going to work best for you, and which direction. So sometimes it'll be against the grain. Sometimes it'll be with the grain. All those sorts of things will make a difference on how well this performs for you.
Gotcha.
But it's 20% off right now, which is great. So if you've been sort of debating whether you wanted to try it or not, now's a good time to give it a whirl because it is on sale. So that's a really nice one too. They also have a version. I don't think that the version that has there's like a sweater kind of handheld version of it as well. There's a little bundle. I don't think that one's a part of this sale, but you can see the full size is a part of the sale, and it's a really nice tall handle and stuff too. So it's comfortable to use as well. And it's nice and lightweight, and it's metal on these edges. This is gonna last forever. Like this is something that you're not worried about it,
wearing down,
falling apart and wearing out or anything like that.
Nice. So that's so nice.
Yeah, it's a great time to give it a try if you've been considering it.
Yeah, it's a great price too.
So then I have another. This one is. Let me see if you can see behind me. And I'll try to pull up a picture so that you can see it a little bit better if I've grabbed one. So this is my little food storage container here that's
Oh,
behind
cool.
me.
Yeah, yeah,
So the
yeah.
cool thing about this is it's nice and stackable. So this is the sort of top portion, and then you just have a standard lid here, clips down. It's on wheels, so you have a larger and a smaller container. And when I originally bought these, I've had these for quite a while now. When I originally bought these, we had kind of standard kibbles. Now I have a different kind of food, so I just have the bags of foods.
Okay.
Still using it as like
Yeah.
kind of drop off zone for all of this stuff. So like if you've been trying to look for a way to store your food, or you have multiple bags of food, if you're on a subscription plan or something like that, like I am, it's still nice to have these storage containers, and you just put the bags inside the main compartments as well. So, and I love the fact that there's two, two that stack on top of each other, and it's on wheels. But for if you have things like treats and stuff like that, smaller bags, those go in my top compartment, and then my food goes in the bottom compartment.
Nice.
These have held up fantastically. Like I said, I've had it for years. And it's 14% off right now, which is nice. There are different colors, but depending on the color, that will dictate the pricing and if it's on sale or not. So just check that out as you're looking at those items. Figure out which one's on sale and what's going to work best for you there.
Yeah. So not only convenience, but I love the fact that it'll help your food stay fresher, but it also helps keep out the bugs and mites and all the kind of things. You know, if you're worried about, stuff getting into your dog's food, especially if you're buying in bulk, or if you have a large dog, which means you're getting 100-pound bag of food, or whatever, 50-pound bag of food, or whatever it is, right? You don't want other little creatures getting through it. And it's so nice. And it keeps it dust free and all the things. Like it just keeps it as fresh and healthy for your pups. That's the most important thing. But I think my favorite feature, besides probably having wheels, like that's a really cool thing because it makes it easier to move. I do like having the two. I've never seen one that has two compartments. So that's a huge feature right there, because you can keep everything together.
Well, and so depending on, like, we were doing toppers for a while, so that was nice because that topper bag is a lot smaller than the kibble bag and stuff. So you'd have different compartments for different things that you were using, but now we use it for treats and stuff. But like, it's great, and it's great to have just a kind of dedicated space for rather than have like the individual bags kind of shifting around in the closet or wherever you're looking for it. They can all be contained in one area.
Exactly. Or if you have a pup, like if you have a multiple pet household and you've got one pup that's on like a special diet food, right? And the other ones are on the regular food or whatever, you can keep them separate, which is nice. And it also makes it easy if you're going away and you have a pet sitter, like they know where to grab which food and where to grab the treats or where to grab everything. Like it's easy to, like if mom and dad are taking care of the pups while you're away, like this is super easy for them to know where to get everything they need. It's all in one spot. So
this one, the last time that we had dropped our pets off for a long we were going away for a while, just had taped the instructions right on the top of the lid, and I love it. It was good to go. You knew everything that you needed right here, and everything. Right,
because as soon as you tell somebody, like right when you're walking out the door, they're like, okay, yeah, and then as soon as you leave, they're like, what
I don't.
How much food do I give?
Exactly.
Is it a quarter cup? Is it a cup and a quarter?
So it makes it a lot easier. So
that's great. I love it.
And
all right, we're going to chat about, I have been kind of in the market for an outdoor playpen for my pups. So especially when I go, not only for my house in my backyard, because I like having an area, a contained area where the pups can go potty before I let them out into the rest of the yard. Like it helps with potty training and things like that. Because sometimes if you I'll just speak for myself. If I let my pups out in the yard, they forget they got to go potty. They're just running and playing and chasing squirrels and doing the thing, living the life. And then especially as my husband will come back in the house, and then I'll have an accident. We'll have an accident. It's like, well, did you ask them to go potty? Well, no, I was out there for 20 minutes. Well, yeah, but you gotta, sometimes you got to remind certain pups. So what I like to do is have like a little corral area where they know, like, that's when they first go outside, that's the area where they've got to go. And then once they go, we can let them out into the rest of the yard and they can have a blast. And we know that everything's taken care of. I've also been looking at this as a potential for when we go to visit family that do not have a fenced in backyard. And it's kind of a pain to put a harness and a leash and a whole thing, especially if it's snowing or wet and, rainy or whatever. It's a whole big thing just to let your pups out to let them go potty or to explore for a little while. And it'd be nice just to be able to carry them out, put them in the pen, and, we'd still hang out with them and watch them and make sure they're okay. But we don't have to put the harness on. We don't have to put a leash on them. We don't have to do all the things. And there are a number of these dog play pens on sale. Again, this is the best price, biggest discount that I've found. This is 15% off. The pen is 40 inches tall. So you can get all kinds of heights from 24 to 30 inch to 40 inch. They might even go higher than 40 inches. The one that's on sale has 12 panels. I think the panels are probably 20 inches. Does it say on there?
32,
32
inches
okay,
wide.
That's
so
nice.
that is like that was
20.
that was the huge differentiator for me about this particular pen. You get a really nice
that's
size
like 3
pen.
feet.
Yeah. Because of those 32-inch wide
right.
panels,
and it makes
a huge difference. Yeah.
Which gives you 72 square feet, which is a really nice size. Sometimes these pens are super small and they're great for containing a puppy, but this one's much bigger. You can configure it in different ways. Obviously, you can make a round shape, or you can make a rectangular shape or square shape. It does have a door, which is nice. So that's convenient for us people to go in and out, even the pups to go in and out. It also has rubber feet. So if you need to protect, if you're, for whatever reason, you need to protect a floor or whatever, I don't know that I would use them outside unless you're worried about them sinking into the ground. But you can actually, I think you can actually hammer the stakes into the ground. So it is more sturdy. So if you have pups that are going to lunge on the gate, this is heavy duty material. It's anti-rust material. It's super durable and sturdy, which I really like. And the other thing is that it folds up nicely. So it does compact. If you're wanting to put it away, it will fold up, which is perfect. So if you need to fold it up for storage, that's a nice feature as well. But this is a great one to look into for sure. And then there was another one. I guess we'll talk about that one.
We can grab that now. So let me just grab those. There
was another one that I found. And honestly, I was doing, not to brag or anything like that, I'm doing all kinds of research. Hillary and I are trying to find the best deals. And I found a ton of those pens that had like the hard, heavy duty panels and everything that we just showed you. And then I came across this. And this took me hours to find this thing, but I love it. I love it. This is a camping fence. It's a mesh fence. You get 10 poles that are about 3 feet tall. You drive those stakes into the ground, and then you run this mesh around the fence. So you can make any configuration that you want. The picture that you saw right there, if you're camping, you can have an opening. It doesn't have a door, but you don't have to enclose the entire thing. You can have the opening where your camper door is, where the steps to get in and out of your camper are. So there's kind of a doorway there. And then you just make this huge, big pen for your pups. I love it too, because you can roll this thing up. It is super, super portable, super lightweight, easy to install. Yeah, you get the 10 pens or poles, and you get the mesh rolled up. It comes with a carrying bag as well. So this would be great if you're camping. I like this idea for even taking this to families that don't have fenced in backyards for our pups. Now, in both situations, we have small dogs, and we would be watching our pups the whole time, wherever they're in the pen. And our pups are not ones to like jump up on things, as long as they know they have like a little barrier, they know that they're not going to like run through it or try to knock it down or jump over it or anything like that. So you have to be aware of, be conscious of the type of dog that you have. But if you're there watching your pups and you just kind of need, like, rather than have them on a leash with those like on a long leash with those spiral like stakes in the ground, I get nervous about that because my pups will slip out of a collar, will slip out of a harness, will slip out of anything like that. So this way you don't have to worry about having them tethered to anything, get wrapped around a tree or,
or wrapped around each other. So this is perfect for, you're out there with them and you're hanging out, but you don't have to like be trying to unwrangle them from each other and untwist their leashes and however you don't even understand how they got into such a knot between each other. So
exactly.
It does, you can all just enjoy your time hanging out in front of your little camping spot and things like that. So this is, and I love how compact this is. I was very excited when I saw this one. This was Patty's find because she's been searching for a long time. But as soon as I saw this, I was like, this takes up no space. This is perfect for the RV. And it's super easy to, roll it back up. You can pack it away in a very small area. So it's not taking up a ton of space. And it's not heavy. So a lot of times when you're, especially RVing and things like that, you are worrying about weight. So the more things that you're adding, you have to be conscious about this sort of thing. So this is perfect. So again, it's not something that you're leaving them in unattended. It's something that you're there with them. But
it gives them some freedom. It gives you a little freedom, right?
Exactly.
It's so nice. I also love the amount of space you get. Look how big that is. It's 190 square feet. So the other one that we just showed you was about 80 square feet, and you get 12 panels. And they, as Hillary said, they're like 3 feet long panels. They're like huge. You get 12, like tons of value to that. But this 190 square feet. So it's more than double the size of the pen that you're creating. And it's so inexpensive. It's 20% off. And what is the price on this one? It's $50. Like unbelievable. So totally worth it. I would definitely recommend this if you're looking for some little way to contain your pups and still be able to enjoy the outdoors together. But again, make sure this is not going to be for like a Great Dane. It's not going to be for hyperactive pups that love to like run through your sliding glass door or anything like that. So just kind of know the temperament of your pup. And if you have a pup like that, you can also like start off with a harness and a leash when you let them into this pen and kind of educate them on like, this is mesh. This isn't something to go, like you can't go through this. You could train them to stay within the pen without jumping over or plowing through it. But I love this thing. It's so cool. Easy setup, lightweight carry bag, all that good things. Great price. Definitely worth it.
Yeah, this is a fantastic find. And I haven't seen one quite like this before. So
I've never seen
that was very cool.
Never seen one. It's so neat.
And
if anybody's camping, how do you tether your pups? Like, how do you keep them? Like, I would love to know. I think this is a great find, but if you've got other ideas, we'd love to hear them. Sometimes you get like a leash, you put a line between 2 trees and then you get a leash on your pup so the dog can like have room to run or play. But they're tethered from above rather than down on the ground, which I think works nicely as well. But I love this because they don't have to be tethered. Really cool.
So our next one, we have a couple grooming ones. And the one that I have highlighted right now is actually, this is the 50% off of the Nakasa P1 Pro pet grooming. But I'm also going to show one that I actually have, and it's on sale as well. It is 38% off, but the Nakasa P1 Pro pet grooming one, that had a deeper discount. So I am linking it, and it is highlighted here right now. I don't have a picture of it, but I will show you then the other version, which I have.
Yeah, that's cool.
Which is
these
here.
These kits are really neat. I love these.
Yeah. So this one is 38% off. And it's fantastic because I was worried that my pups would be scared of the vacuum sound.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can see she comes running for the vacuum sound. So this is that it is not an issue. She loves the vacuum. She loves, and this is my favorite brush. It's got a little push button on the back of it that pushes the hair out. So then it makes it easy for the vacuum to suck it in.
Nice.
Up the area, but it also has clippers. It has a kind of longer hair version brush, as well as just a kind of crevice tool for cleaning up.
Sweet. Sorry. Look at Sweet Hazel. I'm sorry. I'm distracted by puppies.
Yeah, it works amazingly well. It has 3 different speeds for that suction. So you can kind of make it louder or softer depending on what you need. But
yeah,
this is a really great grooming tool. And if you've been considering getting one, again, this is a sort of grab it while it's on sale. This is I've wanted one of these. I've been thinking about one of these for a while.
Yes.
Now's the time to grab it. So I have 2 that are linked. One of them is the P1 Pro, and then this one is the P2 Pro. So just depending on your needs, take a look at, they both have the similar crevice tool, brush tool, clippers. It also has an upholstery. So like if you're trying to clean dog hair off of a couch or things like that, it's got that as well. We've had this for over a year. It's held up fantastic. It works great. And they both like it, but Hazel, it's definitely for Hazel. Hazel has the kind of hair that it works really well for. This brush tool.
I love all the adapters.
So this brush tool that I was showing, so it does a great job of grabbing that hair and then just pushing it down so that the vacuum can suck it up into there. The other thing that's nice, it is like, it's kind of a large unit, but you have it all contained. So all of the attachments actually hook to it, which is nice. And it feels really nice and well made. It's held up great. So
yeah, that's nice. Love it.
It's a good one. If you're in the market or you've been considering it, grab one while they're on special. So
oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, you're getting, let's see, $50 off of yours, and that's the one that's 38% off. That's amazing. Save $50. That's great. The other one, you're saving like $90.
Yep.
It's 50% off. So, oh my gosh. Yeah. These are the sales. These are the days, the sale days, where if there's something that you're hoping for, you're wanting, it's in your wish list.
Yep.
Today and tomorrow are the day to grab these for sure. Absolutely. If we can go back real quick, we were doing camping. I want to talk real quick about our tick remover. So this is also nothing too sexy, nothing too fancy, but it is on sale. And I have to say, I haven't used this yet. I don't want to have to use it, but it's nice to have on hand, right? So my husband and I last summer went on a little family vacation, not to anywhere foresty or anything like that. We were there for a full week, grabbed everybody, plopped the pups in the car, driving home, and there is a tick on my pup's eyelid. I look in the back seat. I wasn't in the car 5 minutes, and I look and I'm like checking on the pups, and there's a tick like right on her eyelid. And I'm like freaking out. I'm freaking out. And I'm like, I don't have a tick remover. I don't know how to do this. I was worried it was going to get near her eye, or, obviously if it gets engorged, like that's not a good place. I mean, you don't want them anywhere, but it was just kind of a scary thing to see. So ran to one of the big box stores. They don't sell these in the big box stores. So we were leaving and we're getting back in the parking lot. And I went, wait a second, they have a grooming service here. Let's run her in and check and see if somebody in the grooming service, we didn't have an appointment, whatever, if somebody will help take care of her. We walked right up to the counter. They saw what happened. They grabbed their tick remover, plopped it right, took her right off, and no charge. Happy, we're ready to go. But I was like, oh my God, I am not going anywhere anymore without one of these. And so these are such a great thing to have, just a peace of mind. Again, I hope I never have to use them again. Likely I will, but it's great to have. It's got 3 different sizes.
Yep.
It's super easy to use. You just set it up. It's kind of got a fork at the bottom, and you kind of tuck that fork under the tick, and then you just twist, and it pops the tick off. And ticks are not easy to remove. I mean, some people use matches and lighters and flames or tweezers, and they'll pull, and then the head of the tick is still under the skin. Like, so it's not like you can just, that's kind of why I was kind of freaking out, because I didn't want to like mess it up and then have it like dig in deeper, right? Like have part of it. So definitely recommend. We were talking about camping and traveling and summertime stuff.
So, and
or grooming, right? This is still a grooming tool.
Grooming for sure. And as you've said, you haven't had to use them. We have to use them all the time. So we live in a wooded area, and especially this time of year, this is the time of year that they start to come out. So this is a staple in my house. And the fact that you have the 3 different sizes is very important, but it's not just for dogs. You're going to want them for you too. So it makes it so easy to remove. You just slide it under, twist. If you've ever removed ticks before and you have struggled with that, and just the anxiety of like making sure that you got all of it and stuff like that. The first time I used one of these, I was like, I am never going back. This is amazing. Even if you feel like they're pretty well in there, you can get under, and then you can really you just twist it and they pull right out. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Highly, highly, highly recommend.
Yeah.
And you do not want to be without them. Like they are, it's so much easier, and it takes all of that anxiety right out. Everybody hates ticks. Nobody wants to tick on you. But having to tick on you and then also having to fight to remove it, like, that's the worst. So this makes it so much easier. You have the confidence, you can do it. Like it's immediately, you just grab the tool, you're good to go. And it's perfect. So for sure, grab these. And
it's under $5 today. So it's totally worth, the peace of mind just to have it. And it says goods for dogs, humans, cats, horses, you name it, right? So good for everybody.
That one, a must-have for sure.
Yeah.
And then Josie.
Oh, sorry.
She's our little Cavapoo.
That's okay. We've got there's Josie. This is Josie here. She's snoozing away. But she's part poodle. She's a Cavalier, King Charles Spaniel, and miniature poodle mix. And so we've always had like Hillary, like short-haired dogs, right? And so this was the first time I really needed to investigate it and find a brush that was going to actually get through all of that thick, long hair and curly hair. And this brush is so lovely. I love the angle to it because it really allows you to get right down into that fur. I also love how nice and soft the bristles are. So soft. I hate the feeling of like poking my dog, right?
Yeah.
And these bristles, not only do they have the little rubber coating on the top, but they are super lightweight, easy to bend. They're so soft on her. She'll fall asleep as I'm brushing her. So, I mean, it's a great, great tool. I highly recommend it. It gets deep into the pile of your dog's hair. So she ends up, especially under her ears, she ends up with those little, hi, sweetie. Yeah, this is your hairbrush. She ends up with those little mats, that are hiding. They're not in plain sight. And so this actually gets down deep into that area. And look at her. She just loves it. It's such an easy tool to use. I definitely recommend it for sure. It's so gentle on your pups. If you have a curly coated pup, a long haired coated pup, it says it's for poodles, but I would definitely recommend it for anybody that's got any pups that have long hair or thick hair.
And that one is 30% off too. So that's like, and finding one that actually works
Yes.
at a like that's the most important part. And I'd never seen one that had that angle to it. So I
No.
was like, oh, I bet that really does help
It
with like the
does.
actual detangling. So
Yeah, exactly. It really does. It gets in, so the bottom bristles get into the fur first, so you're not pulling.
yep.
They don't like get that resistance that you would normally get if all the bristles were facing straight down, because it gently gets into that, the thickness of the hair, and then it just allows you to pull straight through nice and easy without tugging. I can't tell you how many brushes I have bought that either don't work, or I'm worried about poking them. So they're either too soft and they don't get in
Yep.
through the hair, or I want them to get into the hair and really detangle, and they're too hard. They're too pokey, they're too stiff, they're too firm. And this has a great balance of being able to detangle that fur, but also have a super soft, comfortable feel. So your pups, like, she'll fall asleep as I'm brushing her hair. So I love that.
I could see that would also work well for long-haired cats too. So
Oh,
not only
yeah.
dogs, but also long-haired cats,
Right.
if you happen to have those. Because again,
Right.
it's that kind of those little tangles that happen behind the ears and things like that to be able to brush those out is perfect.
Yeah. And it's got a nice grip. It's lightweight, easy to use, because sometimes they're bulky or the handle's too small. If you get a small brush, the handle's small. Like, for some reason, they think if you have a small dog, your hands are smaller too. Like, I don't know. So anyway, love this. Definitely recommend. And again, it's a great buy, great value. We've covered so many fun dog themed things today, from interactive snuffle dog toys to Furbo cameras to pet cleaners to grooming tools to camping gear, all kinds of fun things. We are so excited. The party has just started. We will be coming back here tomorrow at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. So be sure to check for more. Tomorrow is all going to be about more fun, yummy things and more playtime things and all kinds of good stuff. So can't wait to see.
And as we mentioned, I just want to reiterate, like, these things, because they're on sale, because it's the 2-day sale and it's kind of a savings event. If you're looking at any of these things and they have a really great discount, or sometimes they'll be on limited time deals, grab them while they're available, because those deals will sell out. So and also we have the list of all of our items on our storefront, so you can follow us there on our storefront, and we will continue to update that list. So all of the things that we talked about today are up on that list, but we will continue to add more things as we see different things that are on sale, or if things change and sell out, we'll remove them from the list as well. So be sure to follow us on our storefront so you can see what we're up to. And join us tomorrow, because we have a really fun lineup of some things tomorrow too.
Yeah, we do. And we're only encouraging to make your purchases because I've learned from past experience, if there's a color or a size or something that I like, it's going to go. It's going to, you just think, oh, it's going to be there. It's not going to sell out. They've got plenty for everybody. And they really don't. So if you find something that you like, or there's a size or a color or whatever that really fits your needs or wants or desires, by all means, grab it and go. And thanks so much for joining with us today. We love sharing all of our favorite finds with all of our friends, our fur friends, and friends of fur friends. So we hope to see you tomorrow. Thanks again, everybody, for being with us. We'll chat with you real soon. Bye-bye.